Morning all. All right, so we got 4 games tonight in the NHL because it's a Monday. It's going to be busy on Tuesday, busy on Thursday, of course, and busy on the weekends. So we have 4 games, but all of them have some intrigue to them. So we'll start off with the 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start time between Boston and Columbus, the only game starting at that time. Boston's won 2 meetings so far. This is the third and final meeting, so they're trying to sweep the season series. March 5th, it was a 5-4 shootout win for Boston, and of course, a couple of days ago, it was a 5-2 win for Boston. That was a tricky one, and apparently Allmark's in net tonight, so we'll see how things go. On the Boston side, 43-20-5 is their record. Last 10 games, they are 8-2. They've won 2 in a row. Away from home, they're 21-9-3. They're 2 points behind both Toronto and Tampa Bay for a top 3 spot in the Atlantic. They are 7 points clear of Washington. So pretty low chances that they end up being a number 2 wildcard. Which means that for all of Florida's hard work, their reward could be playing the Caps in the first round. The Columbus Blue Jackets, 32-32-5. Last 10 games, they're 3-5-2. They've lost 3 in a row in regulation. They're 18-14-2 at home. They're 4 points behind the surging New York Islanders. And they're 8 points ahead of the Detroit Red Wings. Then at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, the Toronto Maple Leafs start their game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. These teams have split their meetings so far this year. On November 4th, it was a 2-1 overtime win for Toronto. On December 9th, it was a 5-3 win for Tampa. They will play again on April 21st to round out this season series. For Toronto, they're 44-19-5. Their last 10 games are 7-3. They've won 4 in a row. Away from home, they're 19-12-3. They're tied with Tampa Bay. They're 2 points ahead of the Boston Bruins. On the Tampa Bay side, 43-18-7. Last 10 games, they're 6-3-1. Their last game, of course, was an overtime loss, or shootout loss, I should say, against Montreal. At home, they're 21-6-5. They're tied with Toronto, and they're 2 points ahead of the Boston Bruins. So for Tampa Bay, I kind of like their odds just because their last game was kind of a disappointment, so I would expect them to bounce back. They're pretty good at the bouncing back part of things. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out tonight. This could very well be game of the night, although. All right, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific start time between Arizona and St. Louis. These teams have also split their first 2 meetings. October 18th was a 7-4 win for the Blues. November 16th was a 3-2 win for the Coyotes. The fourth and final meeting between these teams will be on April 23rd. On the Arizona side, they're 22-42-5. Last 10 games, they're 3-6-1. They did win last night, of course, against Chicago. Away from home, they're 12-19-4. They are 1 point behind Seattle in last place in the West. On the St. Louis side, they're 38-20-10. Last 10 games, they're 4-3-3. They did win their last game. At home, they're 21-9-4. They're 5 points back now of Minnesota. Minnesota's pretty much got that second spot all sewn up in the division, and they're 4 points clear of Nashville. So a win tonight, would make it so that Nashville is suddenly not looking like a good bet to finish in the top 3 either. Although Nashville also has to worry about finishing below the playoff line. Then we fast forward till 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. So 2.5 hours between this start time and this start time, and it's Calgary and LA. These teams split their first 2 meetings. This is their third and final meeting. December 2nd was a 3-2 win for Calgary. March 31st was a shootout victory for LA, 3-2. The Calgary Flames, 40-19-9, and they're struggling. They're dealing with injury issues as well. Last 10 games, they're 4-4-2. They lost their last game. Away from home, they're 19-11-2. They're still in excellent shape to win the division. They're 3 points clear of LA with 3 games in hand. They're 4 points clear of Edmonton with 2 games in hand. But as I said about Dallas last night, that's extra hockey they have to play before the end of the year. And it gets to be kind of daunting. On the LA side, they're 38-23-10. Last 10 games, they're 5-3-2. They've won 2 in a row coming into this one. At home, they're 18-14-4. So they're actually better on the road than they are at home. They're 3 points back at Calgary and 1 point ahead of the Edmonton Oilers, who have a game in hand on them. So they can't afford to lose this one tonight. There's a lot of pressure on LA. Thus the reason I'm wearing a Kings jersey. I think the fact that Edmonton's getting that close and they can see how close Calgary is, maybe they come out and win it. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Who you think's going to win. All that other fun stuff. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.